Hello everyone, we are from class 9. We are going to do a presentation on gravity in space. Space is wall to wall packed with gravity. Without gravity, everything would be just pseudo off in straight line, like there would be no galaxy, no solar system, and the planets. And in that case, the universe would be a supremely boring place. If you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you would weigh all these different weights on different planets. This is because of the change in gravity. As weight is equal to mass into gravity, the weight of an object would change according to the gravity of the place in.
What is gravity? Gravity is the force by which a planet or other body draws object towards the center. The force of gravity keeps all of the planets in orbit around the sun. How was gravity discovered? According to a legend, Sir Isaac Newton was sitting under an apple tree when he got hit by a fruit. He was a bit upset and wondered that why didn't the apple fall on the clouds? And then the idea of gravity flashed in his mind. Isaac Newton was the first person who described gravity mathematically. His theory is called Newton's law of universal gravitation. Gravity on Earth. Precise strength of Earth's gravity varies depending upon the location, but the standard gravity is 9.80665 meter per second square. Gravity is very important to us. We could not live on Earth without it. Gravity is slightly stronger over places with more mass underground than over places with less mass. Gravity always pulls, it never pushes. We don't actually feel gravity, we only feel the effects of trying to overcome it by jumping or when we fall. Why is gravity important for Earth? Without Earth's gravity, we would fly in air, and to stay at a place, we would have to strap ourselves. The sun's gravity keeps Earth in orbit around it, keeping us at a comfortable distance to enjoy the sun's light and warmth. It holds down our atmosphere and the air we need to breathe. Gravity is what holds our world together. Gravity guides the growth of plants and other vegetation. Examples of gravity in our day to day lives. A ball thrown up in air comes down to the ground. Rain always falls down on the earth. A piece of paper which is blowing in the wind eventually comes back on the ground.
What would happen if there was no gravity on Earth? It might seem like a fantasy to float weightlessly through the air, but trust me, the effect will not be something you like. Let's imagine that one day the planet's gravity is turned off and suddenly there was no force of gravity on planet Earth. This would turn out to be a pretty bad day. We depend on gravity to hold so many things down: cars, people, furniture, pencils and papers on your desk, and so on. Everything not stuck in place would suddenly have no reason to stay down. It would start floating. But it's not just furniture and the like that would start to float. Two of the more important things held on to the ground by gravity are the atmosphere and the water in oceans, lakes, and rivers. Without gravity, the air in the atmosphere has no reason to hang around, and it would immediately leap into space. This is the problem the moon has. The moon doesn't have enough gravity to keep an atmosphere around it, so it's a near vacuum. Without an atmosphere, any living thing would die immediately, and anything liquid would boil away into space. In other words, no one would last long if the planet didn't have gravity. The Earth itself would most likely break apart into chunks and float off into space, because if Earth doesn't have gravitational force, it won't be Earth anymore, as gravity is responsible for binding the Earth and its shape. If we have no gravity, the atmosphere will disappear into space, and there are also a few other consequences of zero gravity. The moon would collide with the Earth would stop rotating, we would all feel weightless, the Earth would collide with the sun, and as a consequence, we would all perish. But here's another scenario. If the gravity were to suddenly double, it would be almost as bad because everything would be twice as heavy. There would be big problems with anything structural. Houses, bridges, skyscrapers, table legs, support columns, and so on are all sized for normal gravity. Most structures would collapse fairly quickly if you double their load on them. Trees and plants would have problems, power lines would have problems, and the air pressure would double, and that would have a big effect on the weather. This is a model we made to represent the effects of gravity on planet Earth. Done by Diya, Sangamitra, Prithvi, Mahir, Janvi, and Ritika and Pranav of class 9A. Thank you.
Space-time.
Introduction and fun facts on International Space Station.
General information about ISS. ISS was launched in 1998. Today officially marks 20 years since the International Space Station was found. So, what is the ISS for? ISS is there for carrying out important research about space and the future space plans.
Fun facts on International Space Station. The space station flies around the world every 90 minutes, traveling at 5 miles per second. In the space of just 24 hours, the space station makes 16 orbits of the Earth, traveling around 16 sunrise and sunset. The space station is 357 feet long from end to end. That's about the same as a football pitch. After the moon, the ISS is the second brightest object in our night sky. You don't even need a telescope to see. It zooms over your house. There are 2 bathrooms on board. There's also 1 gym, 6 sleeping quarters, and a 360-degree bay window. 6 spaceships can dock to the station at any one time. Astronauts have to work out for 2 hours a day while on board to keep their muscles in shape while they are in space. More than 50 computers control all the system on the space station. The electrics on the ISS are all connected with 8 miles of cabling. 230 individuals from 18 countries have visited the International Space Station. 205 spacewalks have been carried out since 1998. The ISS weighs about 4,20,000 kg. That's about the same as 320 cars. It flies through space about 250 miles from the Earth. A craft can get there from Earth in about 6 hours. The astronaut Peggy Whitson set the record for spending the most total length of living and working in space at 665 days on 2nd September 2017.
How is space related to time? Introduction. The fabric of space-time is a conceptual model combining the 3 dimensions of space with the 4th dimension of time. According to the best of current physical theories, space-time explains the unusual relativistic effects that arise from traveling near the speed of light as well as the motion of massive objects in the universe. Who discovered space-time? The famous physicist Albert Einstein helped develop the idea of space-time as part of his theory of relativity. Before this, scientists had 2 separate theories to explain physical phenomena. Isaac Newton's law of physics described the motion of massive objects, while James Clerk Maxwell's electromagnetic models explained the properties of light.
Albert Einstein. Einstein pulled all of the ideas together in his 1905 theory of special relativity, which postulated that the speed of light was a constant. For this to be true, space and time had to be combined into single framework that conspired to keep light speed the same. Special theory. The theory of special relativity explains how space and time are linked for objects that are moving at a consistent speed in a straight line. One of its most famous aspects concerns objects moving at the speed of light. Simply put, as an object approaches the speed of light, its mass becomes infinite and it is unable to go any faster than light travels. This cosmic speed limit has been a subject of much discussion in physics and even in science fiction, as people think about how to travel across vast distances.
The conclusion that space-time is a single fabric wasn't one that Einstein reached by himself. The idea came from German mathematician Hermann Minkowski, who said in a 1908 colloquium, henceforth, spaces by itself and time by itself are doomed to fade away into mere shadows, and only a kind of union of the two will preserve an independent reality. The space-time he described is still known as Minkowski space-time and serves as the backdrop of calculation in both relativity and quantum field theory.
Scientists who contributed their theories to the theory are James Clerk Maxwell. His electromagnetic models explain the properties of light. Isaac Newton. His laws of physics describe the motion of massive objects. Hermann Minkowski. Minkowski is best known for his work in relativity, in which he showed in 1907 that his former student Albert Einstein's special theory of relativity could be understood geometrically as a theory of four-dimensional spacetime is known as the Minkowski spacetime.
How is matter related to space-time?
Introduction. When we look at matter and space in relation to time, it is evident that there is a constant change in the former as far as physicality is concerned. But in the case of time, we rise above the physical environment and enter the wide portals of no change eternity.
Will space and matter have an end with only changing time? Time is endless and so is change. All are infinite. Change and time are concomitant and coexistent. There can be neither when one is not there. Space envelops matter and physicality.
Matter is was and will be there, but it is bounded by space. Time and space are the two realities, coexistent and inseparable. First comes space. Space is responsible for creation. Space is a void. Since space in itself is finite by time, everything within and born from it is finite and thus has an end.
Space. It is this space which becomes the experimental laboratory where diverse forms, diverse shapes, diverse compositions are evolved. Here, man, higher beings, lower beings, that what moves, that what does not move, that what thinks are modeled, and their comprehension is limited or finited by space.
The interplay of space, time and matter. Space and matter cannot be annihilated, nor will time annihilate them. The space in which matter shapes itself, manifests itself, and is very important since manifestation alone is the process of understanding.
The gradual development of something, especially from a simple to a more complex form, is called evolution. One by one of its forms is assumed. Shapes come into existence and diversity manifests itself in diverse constitutions, compositions, makes and unmakes. These forms evolve and the process continues stage by stage.
Relativistic effects that arise from traveling near the speed of light, as well as the motion of massive objects in the universe. The famous physicist Albert Einstein helped develop the idea of space-time as part of his theory of relativity. The theory of relativity, Albert Einstein explains that the theory of special relativity explains how space and time are linked for objects that are moving at a constant speed in a straight line. One of his most famous aspects concerns objects moving at the speed of light. Simply put, as an object approaches the speed of light, its mass becomes infinite and it is unable to go any faster than light travels. This cosmic speed-time has been a subject of much discussion in physics and even in science fiction as people think of how to travel across vast distances. The conclusion that space-time is a single fabric was one of the Einstein's reached by himself. The idea came from German mathematician Hermann Minkowski, who was Einstein's teacher. Time is endless, and so is change. All are infinite. There can be no space, no matter, since space envelops matter and physicality. Matter is vast and will be there, but it is bounded by space. Time and space are two relativities, coexistent and inseparable. The astronaut Peggy Whitson set the record for spending the most total length of time living and working in space at 665 days on 2nd September 2017. Thank you.
Hey guys, We are from class 9 and we are going to present on the topic vacuum in space. Give me space and I will fly in vacuum without gravity holding on to me, said by Zankna Patan.
Contents of this presentation. What is vacuum? Vacuum in space. Big Bang theory. Can sound travel through vacuum? Can light travel through vacuum? Can we create vacuum on Earth? Can we create a perfect vacuum? Antimatter, Elysium. What is exactly vacuum? A vacuum is a volume that encloses little or no matter. In other words, it is a region that has a gaseous pressure much lower than that of atmospheric pressure. A particle vacuum is a vacuum with low amounts of matter enclosed. A total, perfect, or absolute vacuum has no matter enclosed.
Vacuum in space. We've all heard of a vacuum cleaner. We also say that space is a vacuum. So are these two any different? Yes. In fact, they're both completely different. A vacuum cleaner uses suction method to collect dust particles, but vacuum in space means that space is devoid of matter. But space isn't a complete vacuum, as it is only nearly empty. The Big Bang Theory. This theory was first predicted by Dr. Ralph and other scientists, but was confirmed by Dr. George 20 years later. Dr. George was the first to observe the expansion of universe through the Hubble Space Telescope, which got him a Nobel Prize in 2011 in physics. The Big Bang Theory is also known as the theory of expansion of the universe. The theory says that the universe as we know it started with an indefinitely hot, indefinitely dense singularity, then inflated, first at unimaginable speed and then at a more measurable rate over the next 13.8 million years to the cosmos that we know today. This theory is the explanation of how the universe began.
Can sound travel through space? I've seen in movies and cartoons that whenever a satellite or a spaceship or an alien spaceship bursts, that's a big boom in space. But sadly, movies and real life are not the same, so sound does not travel at all in space. The vacuum of outer space has zero air or water particles. Sound travels through the vibrating air particles. Space has no air to vibrate, and therefore sound cannot travel through space. Can light travel through space? Well, unlike sound, light can. Light travels as waves. They do not require a medium and thus can travel through space. In empty space, the waves do not grow smaller no matter how far it travels, as it is not interacting with anything else.
Antimatter. Antimatter is a material composed of so-called antiparticles. It is believed that every particle we know of has an antimatter companion that is virtually identical to itself. With the opposite charge, when a particle and its antiparticle meet, they annihilate each other, disappearing into a burst of light. Ebullition. In space, there is no pressure. That means your saliva would boil off your tongue and the liquids in your blood would start to boil. All that bubbly boiling blood could block blood flow to vital organs.
A graphical representation.
Symptoms: bubbles in the membranes of the mouth and eyes, swelling of the skin, bubbles in the blood, breathing may be impaired or stopped. Prevention: to prevent ebullition, a pure oxygen atmosphere was used in early space flights to eliminate nitrogen in the blood. Space suits are often pressurized. An acclimation period is common in the airlock to remove nitrogen and other gases from the bloodstream. Origin: it comes from Latin ebullere, meaning to bubble out or to boil up.
Does space really have a vacuum? Let's find out.
In a normal room, the air molecules are flying around the room at an average speed of 511 meters per second. In a single second, they bounce off of each other, the walls, the floor, and the ceiling several times. The same thing is happening in a spaceship. When we introduce a hole, what we are doing is providing an exit path for those air molecules. They will attempt to bounce off a wall, but because of that wall is missing, they will just keep traveling into the vacuum.
Fun facts.
Space facts. Sunsets on Mars are blue. The Apollo astronauts' footprints on the moon could last up to 100 million years. The International Space Station is sized of a football field. You would last up to 15 seconds in space without spacesuit. Sun makes up 99.8% of solar system's mass. Did you know that the number of dead bodies found in space is only 3?
We've seen vacuum in space, but can we create a vacuum on Earth? The answer is a yes. We can create a vacuum on Earth. The first artificial vacuum was made by Evangelista Torricelli and had inspired Guericke to design the world's first vacuum pump, which consisted of a piston and cylinder with one-way flap valves.
Our model. What does this model look like? A box? An empty box? No, it's not. It's a vacuum chamber. What exactly is a vacuum chamber? A vacuum chamber is a rigid enclosure from which air and other gases are removed. This results in a low pressure environment within the chamber, commonly referred to as a vacuum. But what sucks the air out of the chamber? We suck the air out of the chamber with a vacuum pump. When the air pressure in the chamber gets near zero, the pumping stops. But we still have a lousy vacuum. When radios used vacuum tube, they apply an electric charge outside the glass to attract the remaining atom to that place, and then they explode a wire inside to plaster those atoms to the inside of the glass. That worked until the atoms escaped. And then you had to buy a new tube. We had to be very clever to get a vacuum as good as outer space, and outer space is not a perfect vacuum either. 1 particle per cubic meter is about as good as it ever gets. There are a lot of types of vacuum chambers. So let's see some of them. Types of vacuum chambers: box vacuum chambers, spherical vacuum chambers, cylindrical vacuum chambers, bell jar vacuum chambers, 55-gallon drum vacuum chambers. Where do we use vacuum chambers? So that comes next. Industries that use vacuum chambers: manufacturing industries, aerospace industries, food and beverages industries, solar energy industries, and chemical industries use vacuum chambers. But why do we need to suck the air out of a vacuum chamber? Why do we actually need to create a vacuum? It's not like it's used in something. Well, actually it is. Test and operation performed in a vacuum chamber. Drying, coating, degazing, product testing, crystallization, distillation, sterilization, and cooling.
Bibliography. These are the websites that we have taken our points from.
Thank you for your patient listening. Hope you learned something new. Bye, Planet 9A, RT.
The universe is everything from the tiniest particles to the largest galaxies. Multiple scientific theories plus creation myths all around the world try to explain the mysterious genesis. However, the most widely accepted explanation is the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory states that the universe began as a hot and infinitely dense point. Only a few millimeters wide, it was similar to a supercharged black hole. About 13.7 billion years ago, this tiny singularity violently exploded, and it is from this explosion that all matter, energy, space, and time are created.
From this came the two revolutionary eras. One is radiation and another is matter era. First came the radiation era, which was named for the dominance of radiation.
Planck epoch. No matter existed, only Forces of nature: super force, gravity, strong nuclear, weak electromagnetic force. The grand unified theory, which is the gravity grand unification epoch.
I am going to talk about infinitely epoch. Infinitely epoch began on that time. Universe rapidly expanded. It grew from the size of atom to the size of grapefruit. On that time so hot, when the electrons combined together, it formed helium.
Epochs: atomic galactic stellar. Atomic epochs: temperature 3000 Kelvin. Time after Big Bang 50,000 years. Big Bang, matter era, present timeline, atomic. Recombination.
Almost instantly, it grew from a size of an atom to a size of a grapefruit. The universe at this time was piping hot and it churned with electrons, quarks and other particles. Then came the electroweak epoch, when the last two forces, electromagnetic and weak, finally split off. During the next stage, the quark epoch, all of the universe ingredients were present. However, the universe was still too hot and dense for the subatomic particles to form.
The formation of hydrogen and helium helped the formation of every other elements which helped to shape the universe. Thank you.